The purpose of this show is to guide you to realign with habits that get you to live the life you've always dreamed of. This is the Habit-Based Lifestyle Podcast with Jesse Ewing. This is the Habit-Based Lifestyle, where you can access your full potential right now. Finally break free from destructive habits. That dream life, if you want it, you can have it. This is where you transform your health, mind, business, and relationships. Or do nothing and keep your life the way it is. But if you're ready for change, you're in the right place. This is where you're gonna learn how to live a habit-based lifestyle. You are tuning in to the Habit-Based Lifestyle Podcast with your host, Jesse Ewing. This is the Habit-Based Lifestyle. Let's go.
Do you have a habit of feeling stress? Well, if you're like any normal person, my guess is that you do. So what exactly is stress? Stress is simply a word used to describe the wear and tear we put on our body in reaction to everyday resistance, tension, and pressures that we might have. And it's really any type of change, illness, injury, even our careers, our families, our situation, our lifestyle changes, anything like common stress. Like I even think about like work, life, working out. And it's not only that, but it's how we respond to the emotional pressure and tension that we feel every day. Every single day we feel this. And how does this stress actually affect our health? You see, stress affects people physically. It affects people mentally and emotionally. And according to the American Institute of Stress, it's 90% of all the health problems that we have, they're actually related to stress. This is a statistic I read the other day. Listen, I have watched more and more people be affected by stress as much, if not more, mentally than physically. And we could sit here and say, man, listen, think about all the stress. Even my job as a personal trainer for almost 20 years, I would watch people physically put stress on their body from their workouts, even from sitting at work, to the foods that we eat, to the foods that we actually digest. Did you know that if you actually eat bad foods, it actually puts more stress on your digestive system? To driving in your car, having to worry about other people around you, to running, or any other type of physical impact we put on our bodies, skiing, biking, whatever it is, there's a constant stress. And here's a crazy statistics. Sitting is actually more stressful on your body than walking. That's right. Sitting is more stressful on your body than walking. Something I began to witness today, and even for me over the last week, is I found myself sitting more and more. I found myself sitting in this chair more and more as I would work on podcasts, videos. I found myself sitting in one place. And so I started to get up every hour and a half and take a walk around the building, take a walk a couple times just to get out, because I realized how much stress I'm putting on my body. Too much stress can contribute to several health conditions like heart disease, high blood pressure, possibly a stroke, depression, even sleep disorders. Listen, all these are scary versions of stress, but what about the ones that you don't actually see? What about the stress that you're not even aware of? This is the stress you don't even know about. For me, recently, I had a client who was admitted to the hospital. His arteries were blocked nearly 70 to 80%. He had a couple of them. Due to the amount of stress he had put on his body from years and years of eating bad food and from stress at work. That's right, stress at work. You see, one of the things that I've been working on him with is just understanding and learning how to manage the stress levels. And do you know what he actually told me? He told me he wasn't doing much more than before. Yet, when we looked at the bigger picture, we could see that he had a lot of big projects going on and a lot of big decisions that had to be made. But yet he had told himself he didn't have much going on. He wasn't doing much more. And that's what we do. We minimize the amount of work. We minimize the amount of things that we do. And so we tell ourselves, well, I'm not really doing anything different. In actuality, if we look at it, your new stress is your new normal. Your new stress becomes your new normal. And we learn how to deal with it and manage it and pile it on, but we just keep compounding stress on top of stress until something either breaks, we have a heart attack, something happens. Some type of drama or trauma happens, and then we're like, oh shit, now I probably need to pay attention to this. What if you actually step back and seen the effect that stress has on your health? Not only your health, but your entire life. You see, for many of you, you could be redlining. And if you don't know what redlining is, it's something like this. It's like putting your foot on the gas, holding it all the way down, and at the same time, putting your foot on the brake. And just because you've convinced yourself that this is the new normal, imagine if you were on the road and you did this. You wouldn't really be moving. The only thing that would be happening is eventually the engine would start smoking. And the reason why I'm telling you this story is this. I have watched myself, even on this Whoop band that I carry. If you don't know what it is, it's an HRV band. It measures your heart rate variability. I've watched myself from literally 6-8 weeks ago to redlining nearly every single day. Not because of physical stress, but because of mental stress. Constantly worrying, constantly thinking, things changing up in my jobs, every other week, every other day, doing something different, not having any type of consistency. And here's the problem. You don't see this. It's like this invisible stress that you don't actually see what's happening. Literally, for a 4 to 6 week period, I was redlining 4 out of 7 days a week. Over the last 3 weeks, 3.5 weeks, I have not redlined once. And redline basically is like a red light. It's like stop whatever you're doing, and you cannot work out at an intensity to even really do anything. You're pretty much just walking. So how stressed are you? How stressed are you? Do you actually pay attention to it? Here's some ways that you may actually find that you're just stressed all the time. One is you're overly tired or fatigued. You feel like maybe you don't ever get enough sleep. Maybe you're nervous or anxious or depressed. You may have some sleep problems. One of the cool things about this band is it actually begins to measure your sleep patterns. So it's one thing to be in bed for 6, 7, 8 hours. It's another thing to actually sleep. And what type of sleep are you actually getting? You could also have some repeated headaches, minor aches and pains, or you could have constant worry, job. Maybe it's your finances, maybe even in your relationships. So what can you do about it? You see, the first step is just simply to understand how stress actually works. It's not even the events or the situations that do us harm. It's more in how we respond. It's how we respond to events, arguments, stress, trauma, drama. Once I feel stress, it automatically takes me to another place. It's how you feel that determines whether you are stressed or not. It's how you actually feel. It's not even what happened. It's how you feel about what happened. Your emotions, your feelings, they all have a powerful impact on you and me. They help us actually manage our stress. They help us manage the stress and work better. And when we figure this out and how to actually do it, it becomes like a well-tuned machine. Something that we can operate at a higher level. And so I have a technique that I actually want to share with you today. It's a simple way to pattern interrupt and shift out of this crazy stress response. Listen, you can use this first thing when you get up every single day because typically our mind wants to wander to this place. You can use it before you go to bed at night. One of the most powerful things you can do is actually put something in your mind that's positive before you go to bed. Maybe you can use it in a conversation, an argument. Something happens with your kids. But the steps are this. Step 1 is to simply focus. That's right, focus. Simply just bring your attention and awareness to your heart. Bring your attention and awareness into your heart. You can even put your hand over your heart. Sometimes just touching and holding it allows us just to calm down. You ever noticed when you actually touch your heart how calm you get? The next thing was what I call in and out. It's to begin breathing normal, but breathing in and out like it's breathing in through your heart and out through your heart. So as you keep that hand there, you feel your breath going in and out with your heart. And then the last part of this is simply just to close your eyes and activate some type of positive feeling, emotion, such as an appreciation or gratitude, or maybe even remember a fun time you had with someone, or what it felt like for you to do something good for someone else. But remember an experience, something that may have happened that has some type of appreciation or gratitude attached to it. So step 1 is simply to focus. Put your hand on your heart. Step 2 is to breathe in and out through your heart. Step 3 is to actually activate some type of positive feeling, appreciation, or emotion into your heart, and maybe it's remembering an experience you've had. You see, positive emotions like appreciation and gratitude, love, not only make you feel good, but they are good. They begin to shift you out of the stress and that new normal and bring yourself back into the present moment. Thank you, everybody, for being on here today and allowing me to share this message with you. If you're looking to connect further with a group of like-minded people, join myself and hundreds of others inside of my Habit-Based Lifestyle Secrets group, where I'll be dropping daily tips and tricks to begin living this habit-based lifestyle. If you have any questions, comments, requests, feel free to contact me, Jesse at habitbasedlifestyle.com. You can also check out my website, habitbasedlifestyle.com. Until next episode, have a great day.
The purpose of this show is to guide you to realign with habits that get you to live the life you've always dreamed of. This is the Habit-Based Lifestyle Podcast with Jesse Ewing.